film again.
What's your favorite scene?
Yeah.
I've got two favorite scenes.
I've got multiple for sure, but this one is like I just had to see it again. I had to take it all in again before we talk about it.
It's not a bad movie. I like it. I kind of like it. It's well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that. But how you doing though?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Long day. How was your weekend?
Um, mm, we had a long weekend, so the kids were off already on Friday and they were off today, so we had like this really long weekend. And yesterday was kind of nice. I'm sick of the cold and I'm sick of the rain, but it's
What?
good.
I love the rain. I love the rain.
I like summer rain. Like in the
Mm.
summer when it's like really hot and the rain comes down, that I can do. But cold and rainy, I'm sick of it. Like
Come on now. You from Poland. That should be normal for you.
no, I escaped Poland for a reason. And
Is
yes,
it?
it was the weather. Everything else about Poland is perfect.
What about Germany? Germany's the same thing too?
Weather-wise, yeah. It's a lot of the gray, a lot of the rains. Well, I mean, it's not. I lived in a big city, so big cities are always a little bit more overcast and stuff, I find. So,
Maybe I need to move to Europe then. I love this. I love the weather. I
yeah,
love that. I
you
love
you
that.
might like
Anyway,
it. Might like it there.
yeah. All right. Hit it off. Let's go.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Movie Unboxing with Marty and Bola. We are a writer, director, and actor, and an actress and a writer, and each week we dive into film to unbox how it was made and what makes it tick. We're very passionate about movie making, so we're talking about the movie from a filmmaker's perspective.
All right. So today's film is Marty's Choice, and it's called
Kingsman, The Secret Service. Now,
Secret
I
Service.
did not realize today when I started kind of, writing, taking my little notes of like who's the director, make sure I have all the cast members and stuff. I didn't realize it's that old already. Like it's been like 11 years. It's 10 years
Really?
old. Like,
It's
yes,
11
it's a
years?
decade.
Oh, wow. Well, I figured it was old because there was a scene there where Samuel Jackson was in the White House talking to the president, and I realized they're like alluding to President Obama.
Yes,
So
yes,
so
yes, yes, yes.
that was a funny one. So I was like, okay, it came out
Well,
around the time.
to me, actually, full disclosure, yesterday my friend came by for like a belated Galentine and she wanted to watch the new Bridget Jones movie. And the main love interest for Bridget Jones for the past four movies was Colin Firth, who is
Yeah,
over here, one of our main spies.
yeah.
And holy cow, he's aged.
Oh,
Like
really?
he in this movie yesterday, the fourth part that apparently didn't make it to the movies. I think it was just only streaming services, but it just premiered like on Valentine's Day.
Mm,
And yes, he's great. And he's like, I mean, you can see the 10 years,
wow. Well,
So, and I
he's been,
loved him in Kingsman. I mean, it was
yeah.
just, I loved him in everything. Honestly, I love this actor. I think he is the reason I ended up going to see the movies
Hmm.
whenever it came out, because I was always a big fan. I always loved Colin Firth.
Well, to me,
Yeah.
well, like I said earlier, I knew when the movie came out, but I wasn't really interested in seeing it. It was just because the trailer just looked, it just, I don't know, for some reason, it just didn't appeal to me. So I just like, nah, I'm not gonna. It looks like one of these like little childish Disney movies and stuff like that. So I was just like,
I'm
nah, I'm
not
not.
sure oh, maybe because of the like explosions, the fireworks and stuff. I'm not sure I remember the trailer itself, but I do remember the flyer and the flyer in the Polish movie theaters, like I said, literally said like the quote that they say like oh brilliant movie blah 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 it literally said it's a movie as if Quentin Tarantino made a Bond film, and that appealed to me because I love Bond and I absolutely love Tarantino films, so I was like that's like freaking made for me.
Yeah, it's funny that you said the Bond thing because I think a lot of British spy movies, like the really silly ones, they're all
Yeah.
spoofing Bond, every last one of them. And this one is spoofing Bond in a way, somewhat.
Yes.
Um, so the whole premise of the story, well, you want to tell us the premise of the story, like like the whole movie and stuff like that? Just tell us the.
Sure. So we have a secret spy service. The opening is very cool because it already shows like we're on missions, we're doing international missions, right? Um, understanding being that it is to protect England mainly, but sort of global, and the mission fails. It very often starts with spy movies that the mission fails.
Something
They lose
fails,
a
yeah.
person, and every time they lose a person on the team, they need to find a new person, right? So I do like that about it. So we get to know very early on one of the main characters who is the son of the main guy who dies on that failed mission. He's still a baby boy. You see him grow up and you find out that, because they lost the father and the woman lost her husband, they're not doing well. Like they're really, really not doing well. But he's full of trouble, but he seems to be really intelligent, and it comes out that he has this stuff in his blood. Like you know, his dad was really good at it, and so we are following um these next spies in training, sort of. But in this whole time, this really, really big bad guy unfolds, who
So
is played
the
by
back,
Samuel Jackson.
yeah.
Um,
It's Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is playing the character of Valentine. He's a billionaire, and he is
yes.
kind of like like we said, like they said, the film kind of spoofs a lot of Bond films. So obviously, you have this billionaire bad guy named Samuel Jackson, who's bent on world domination. You know what I'm
And
saying?
everybody has the craziest, like, weird spy stuff. And I was just talking about that because I was like, I can understand that people come up with these stories. I really can. A lot goes into it, but I can picture someone sitting there and actually coming up with this whole story. The story is great. But anyone just sitting there going, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do swords for feet.
For
Like, what?
the funny thing is, when I first saw that, I wasn't so like. I was like, what the hell? But then it grew on me because I was like, yo, she,
She
that's her, right?
was
She was
badass.
badass with it.
She was
I wouldn't,
badass.
I would never, if I was writing it, I wouldn't have written that. I would not have, but kudos
It's
to
what
the
I'm saying.
person.
I would have never come up with this. Like, I can imagine coming up with the story, good guys, bad guys. Oh, okay. And even like the whole premise of the thing that we're going to take all the rich people, we're going to take all the more intelligent and the powerful people, and they all will survive. And we're going to create something that will make the rest of the scum that we're looking down at of the earth basically destroy each other. It's such
It's,
a genius idea for a story.
but, but that's funny you said that
But the
because
gadgets, I would have never come up with.
I think the story speaks to what's going on today with regards to like we're under the control of the tech companies
Yeah.
and the rich people are the ones enjoying the whole, they're profiting from it, and
Yeah, and we're destroying each other.
we're
Yes, I
destroying
mean,
each other.
yeah,
They're using the technology that we really need, and we're using it to control us and stuff like that. So I think it was a metaphor for it because I got that. I was like, oh, I see what they're doing now and stuff like
yeah,
that. And
for
obviously,
real.
you got the tech guy, Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson's portrayal of this character was so freaking spot on. Was so cool.
It was
Did he have
so
a list?
cool. Yes, I was just thinking about that. Why? I think it's just the character choice. I think that
Yeah,
was literally just the character
I was
choice
because
to make this bad guy somehow more ridiculous. I don't know.
he was ridiculous, and at the same time, he was like very childish.
Yes,
It's like he
yes,
needed her approval because Giselle, that's her name. Giselle was his henchman or henchwoman, and
yes,
is always
yes.
looking for her approval. Like,
Well,
uh,
because also the whole story of him like not even being able to see blood and I like
blood,
can't even look
yes.
at dead
Because in the
bodies and like
beginning, when she kills those people, then she gets like the white top, the towel, and
towels
so
and
puts
just to cover them up.
and
Yes.
they're like, yeah, I just don't like to see blood, when I see them, I just go, oh, I'm just like, what? What is he talking? And that's when I noticed the list. I'm like, does he have a list?
But
I kept listening
immediately
for,
he comes in and he is badass. As ridiculous as he makes it, he still never fails to just be completely badass. Like
yeah,
it's just,
he really, he did a real good job. He did a real good job. And I like, like we talked about Colin Firth. I mean, he was just so immaculate in his role.
yeah, that
And
was his thing. I think that was like his
exactly. He
role.
exuded a lot of confidence in this role and stuff like that. Also, Mark Strong. The
Mark Strong is amazing. I love
Mark.
that he was in it and he got
Yeah.
to like, yes, and I could listen to him all day with his accent too.
And then obviously you got Michael Caine.
We got Michael
So
Caine.
we
We
all
got Taron Egerton. Taron, sorry, Taron Egerton, I
Taron Egerton.
believe,
Yeah, he's
is
pretty new guy.
he, yes, and he's kind of bigger now. I believe this was his first.
Oh, really? This was his first?
I believe this was like his first thing.
He was on this movie that I
Oh my
saw on
gosh,
Netflix,
please don't
Carry
tell
On.
me I'm losing service again.
Yeah, you lose you're freezing a little bit. So
Oh,
good.
I don't want
Still
this
there?
to.
You froze a little bit. You still there? Oh, looks like she froze. Maybe we should keep that picture like this. Anyway, something she forgot to tell you guys is that these people are part of like a secret society, like secret spy society and stuff like that. But the fact is that they're not part of like the British spy like MI6. MI6 is like the CIA of Britain and stuff like that. These guys are like in the secret spy agency. All right, she left, so she's probably gonna come back in. So they're part of like a secret spy agency. They're much more clandestine than the CIA and everything like that. And so it's kind of like that's pretty much who they are and stuff like that. So it's a bit more. And I think the reason why this agency was started was because after World War One, a lot of the aristocrats they lost a lot of their sons who went on to World War One and they died. And so they was like, listen, we can't lose our heirs, you know, people who are going to inherit the title and land and estates and stuff like that. So they created the Kingsman as a spy agency to, to thwart all the enemies out there and stuff like that. Oh, you're back. See, hey,
Sorry,
Marty's
I
back.
was gone. Yes,
You were
okay.
gone.
Catch me
So she
up.
went
Catch
off to
me
do
up.
some spy things, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some spy.
Yes.
So anyway, I was telling them why the agency started. Because this is, I mean, people will think like this is part of like MI6, like the British spy agency, but I'm just like, no, these
Mhm.
guys are even more, they're deeper
Yes.
spy,
Even
stuff.
deeper undercover. Yeah.
Deeply undercover. They were started because of after World War One, a lot of these aristocrats they lost all of their heirs, you know, to in the
And I
war.
believe that they did like and I don't know if they already did it or if it's still coming out. There's like a third part I didn't see, and then there's something else in pre-production. I think they did like a prequel story of how the Kingsmen were formed. I
I
think they
would
did
love to see
that.
that. I would love to see that. That's
Yeah.
interesting. One of the things. Well, I kind of wrote it down. Let me see before I forget. Um, I wrote something down. Um, yeah, one of the reasons why I mean, it's very funny and it's silly. Like I said, they're spoofing James Bond and stuff like that. But the action sequences, especially with the chick with the blade, it's it's just phenomenal. I mean, it was
She
the fight
was
choreographies
great.
was really good. How
Yes.
I want
But
to know.
my favorite combat scenes were not the ones with her in it. It was the church scene that was pretty badass, and that's
Honestly, I didn't know
mostly
what was
Colin
going on
Firth.
at first with the church scene. I thought it looked like a zombie apocalypse at the.
Yeah, and
Look,
that's essentially what he was trying to create. This was their test run.
okay.
It was
Oh
their test run.
yeah. But
So, and
I
then
don't know.
Colin Firth, the first scene when they're introducing the actual real spy stuff, and he's trying to convince Taron, who's like, why should I listen to you? Because he's the cool guy from like the
Hmm.
fucking low life in London and in the bar, and he just beats up all of these, like, oh my gosh, just so
Yeah,
badass. He just
yeah,
locks the door completely calmly, goes, manners maketh men, and then he
yeah.
beats the
And
fuck out of everyone. He's
beats the
just
shit out.
amazing.
He beats the shit out of them. So yeah, and I think that's what
Bulletproof
sells.
umbrella, by the way, genius idea. We need to,
Yeah, yeah.
I need
You
one.
know, does the umbrella have like a weapon in it or something, like a gun or something
Yeah,
like that?
like he shot like a stun gun or
Stunt.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it's kind of cool. Another thing I like is that this the they go into the shop. The shop is called Kingsman, But
I went
obviously,
to that shop.
really,
Yes, I was in London. It was like a year or two after the movie came out, and I was in London and I found where that shop was. I think I have a picture somewhere. If I
it's
find it, I'll add it. Um,
Seville Road on Seville Road or something. I think Seville Road is like where a lot of like all the tailors and stuff like that are in
yes,
London. A lot
yes,
of the fashion
yes. And they
houses.
have like a little plaque because it's not actually called Kingsman anymore, of course, but they have like a little plaque with the photo of like this
Why?
is where this was filmed.
Why did they change the name?
I don't know. I want to say it was probably too crowded for them, and they're very bougie up there.
Oh man, that would have been cool. I didn't. I thought that was just. I knew. It was on the. I knew this. It was on the street. I didn't know it existed. Like, oh, there was actually a shop called Kingsman and stuff like that. So I like the idea. But here, what was the most silly thing there was like when they went down into the cellar, then they got into the train, and then they traveled like miles to like the
But
aristocrat
how
to
good was that scene where they were showing that travel and like the fast forward, like the time lapse thing? It was amazing.
exactly. So I'm just like, my God, they traveled really so far and stuff like that. So obviously he has to get, he decides to like, okay, Joe. Oh, we forgot something. The names
What?
of the agent. I realized that they all had the name, the code names from the
Yeah.
knights, King Arthur's round, King Arthur and the Round Table, and the Knights of the Round
Yes.
Table. So you have Galahad. Galahad, if
Hmm.
you know the story of King Arthur, Galahad is the one that, people think Lancelot is the real hero in the
Yep.
King Arthur.
People remember Lancelot the most
Yeah,
from
people
it.
because Lancelot is supposed to be the best fighter and he had the relationship with Guinevere and stuff like that. But it's actually Galahad. If you remember, if you know the story, Galahad is the one that actually goes to get the Holy Grail. So
Hmm.
Galahad is really, the hero of the King Arthur stories. Um, so you have Galahad, you have Lancelot, and obviously even in this movie too, Lancelot is kind of like the epitome of the top spy and stuff like that. Then Merlin, who if you know the story of Arthur, Merlin is like the wizard that kind of like helps them out. He's like their advisor and stuff like that. And
Yes, and
that's
that's
Mark.
what he was doing. Exactly. He was
Exactly, and
like
that
at
was Mark
the
Strong. Yeah, that was Mark
holding up
Strong's
shop
character.
and watching them all and walking them through where to go and yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And then you have Michael Caine who's playing his nickname or his code name is Arthur. So
Mhm.
it kind of so you just get it like okay, they're spoofing Bond
Yeah, that was very
and then
cool.
they're also alluding to the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Brilliant. I like that. Um so the whole promise is that they're trying to investigate. They lost an agent while they were trying to rescue this professor
Do
played
you
by
want to
Mike.
talk about how we lost the agent?
Oh,
Crazy lady with the sword leg just cuts him in half
cuts him in half.
vertically.
They don't
I
show
mean,
any blood. Yeah, I was like, whoa, she just cut this dude in half. No, the part I really
crazy
liked was when
situation.
remember when they kidnapped the Swedish princess
Yeah.
and then she, like she goes to call her bodyguards to protect her, and then she just like destroys them with her
Destroys them.
legs. She was a
She
badass. She
takes
really
that
was.
skirt off too, like like politely showing that she has those legs underneath, like almost like she's
Exactly.
giving them like a jump start. Like
Yeah, she really is. I was watching her the whole time. She apart from
yeah. So
Samuel L.
let's
Jackson,
also say her name is Sofia Boutella. I feel like it's really important to say these names sometimes
yeah.
too when we're talking about it because she's
Oh,
not. I think she's
she's like
Spanish.
Algerian. She's like French Algerian or something like that.
Or something. Oh, maybe, yeah. I thought she
Yeah,
was Spanish because of the name, but I might be wrong. I
I
didn't
know
look
I
that
saw
up.
like some kind of like Arabic stuff. Like I think she's like Algerian. She might be Spanish and Algerian. I'm not sure, but she was brilliant in this thing.
She was
I'm so,
amazing. She looked amazing. She sounds really cool when she talks. Like I love her
exactly,
accent, her voice,
exactly.
like raspy voice. She was very cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then Mark Hamill, who is people remember him from as Luke Skywalker.
of
He's like a
course,
scientist that was,
mostly.
kidnapped and stuff like that. And so now that, their agent was supposed to rescue him, but in rescue him, he gets killed. So now they're investigating like, yo, who's this scientist and what's going on? So obviously Colin Firth's character goes to meet him at the college, the college where he teaches at, and then confronted him
Hmm.
you know, Samuel Jackson's two goons show up, and now he has to like escape. He blow Colin Firth. They have like this little everyone that has been
Implants.
yeah been kidnapped by Samuel Jackson's goons at his organization. They have this little implant there. I think what was the implant for? Is it to control them or to have act to just know where their whereabouts?
It was the implant. The idea behind the implant was to protect them from that whatever causes everybody else to kill each other. It
Hmm.
was protecting them from it. Like they weren't gonna be affected by it.
Oh,
Essentially, yeah, somehow. I mean, they still ended up gathering them all in like a separate, but I don't think maybe that was everyone. I don't know exactly. Um,
well, I think
but I
everyone
think yes,
that's like
the
everyone that
idea was
bought
like
into
this is gonna make sure that you're not gonna get affected when everybody in the end they ended up putting it in SIM cards and giving
yes.
away free SIM cards for the whole world kind of, and
Yeah,
obviously
you
who's
put in
not
your
going to
phone.
take it?
So yeah, next if they come out with SIM cards and say like, "Yo, this is free," I'm like, "Nope, I've seen the movie. Not getting no SIM
Yeah,
card.
I've seen that movie.
I've
I'm
seen
not
that movie.
okay.
I'm not doing it. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no." But
yeah.
yeah,
We know it's coming.
yeah, I like the scene. I like the scene where Colin Firth is at Samuel Jackson's house, and then they serve their McDonald's. I'm like,
But
how?
like elegantly,
Yes,
elegantly.
it
This
was
was so
so
funny
it
to
was
me.
full of class and the aesthetics was just you thinking like, oh man, they're about to pull out like steaks and shrimp and
Yes,
everything like
everything
that.
was so fancy. Everything was billionaire mansion.
It
And then
was
like these
freaking
golden
McDonald's.
thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what a letdown. I'm
I'm
like,
sorry, that's just Europeans making fun of Americans. That's all
yeah,
that
oh, you
was.
think
That
I
was
think
like
so. I think so. I think so.
American
They're like,
idiots.
yeah,
Like even
McDonald's.
when he lives in Versailles in the biggest castle of France, he'd
Yeah,
probably order a cheeseburger, like a Big Mac or whatever.
exactly. That was brilliant. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about like the training. When
The training was awesome. I thought all the training was pretty amazing and the stories and how close cut it was too. Like it wasn't like how sometimes you're watching a movie again, we've talked about this before. You want to watch a movie where you know it's going to be fine anyway. It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like our main character that we're following was gonna make it. Like it was like the first one he
the
did
first one was
amazing.
the when the water is coming into
The
their
water
sleeping
rising while
quarters.
they're sleeping.
I'm
Yeah.
like, that's my first favorite scene. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, how are they gonna survive this? So everyone goes to the toilet part to get like the shower heads. And I don't know, does that work where you kind of like start breathing
You
into it or
breathe
something?
in there because, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if
It's
that works.
going somewhere, right? Like the whole
Exactly.
point
But
was,
then
I guess,
But our Taron, he goes to the door, tries to open the door, doesn't work. He can't open the door.
yeah,
But then he sees like the two-way mirror on the other side.
yeah.
So he goes there and he starts punching it until
And what is that? Street smarts because he's been arrested so many times. Is that what we're
exactly.
talking about here?
But
But I
here's
think
my
the
thing.
idea behind it was that he was trying to save everybody,
Everybody,
while everyone else was like gas mask on me first and
yeah,
then
me
anyone
first.
else,
Exactly, exactly. So kind of like showing like, he has yeah, like
Empathy.
he's a leader, he's a true leader and stuff like that. He's looking
Yeah.
out for everyone. Now, realistically, I don't know if you can survive that quickly. That you can survive that. You can survive that. What's the word I'm looking for? Being underwater that long to be able to like try to open the door, then you swim back, and then you start punching. I was like,
No,
okay,
I
come
mean
on.
that's yeah, that I mean not me, but like he looks like someone who's probably been swimming a lot. I don't know.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But it was a brilliant scene. I loved it. I loved it. I've seen it like two, three times now, and I'm just like, this scene. And then they showed that the other girl died, but and the thing
They
about
explain
spy
later nobody's
movies,
really
yeah,
dead, right? They
the
explain
thing
later it
about
was all
spy
scare
movies is
tactics.
that it's not things are not always what they seem. You know what I'm saying? I think this movie
Yeah.
played a lot into that. Like things are
Yeah.
not always am I glitching or something?
Not right now, no.
Hold on, slowing down. Anyway, yeah, yeah. So things are not
So,
always what it seems. Obviously,
yeah.
we talked about like the barber. I mean the tailor shop. The tailor shop is not just a regular tailor shop. It's actually a portal.
Mhm.
It's kind of like where the it's kind of like the almost the headquarters
You go get
of the
dressed, but really you
operational
get all
floor.
your gadgets and all that
You go get
stuff.
dressed, but yeah, but that's where you go get your weapons and all your missions and stuff like that. so it's not what it seems. There's also a transport to the main house where all the where the training session is at. Um, the water thing. Um, that was a training session and stuff like that. Also, the best part to me was when they did the dive, the skydiving
Were
training.
you not? I thought you were gonna say the train, but
No,
because
no,
it's
no.
not what it seems like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, let's just
No, we'll
okay.
come back to the
So
train.
then they
The train is
pick
at the end.
dogs, though. They also
The
pick out their
their dogs. I
life
really,
companion dogs.
yeah. I didn't really when they picked the dogs. I'm just like, I didn't really like the picking of the dogs. I didn't really get it. I didn't really get that part.
I thought it
Uh,
was really funny because I think it shows true character based on like what type of dog you pick, but it was so cute because he picked a pug that
yeah,
literally remains this small and can barely breathe, and it's not a fighting dog. It's not your average
yeah.
spy dog, you know? And
Well, I
it's so
don't know
cute because
why
he's
did they
like, I
pick that
thought it's
dog?
gonna
Why did
be a
they pick
pit
that
bull.
dog?
It's gonna be
Why did he pick that dog in the first place? I don't know why. I can't remember.
he thought it was gonna grow into a pit bull.
Oh, and then the girl told him like, that thing's not gonna grow anywhere or
It's
something like
not
that.
growing. It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
But
But I
I
think like
I like.
dogs, it's like you know how you say the owner looks like their pet or whatever,
Mhm.
like the dog and the owner like they really suit each other. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
very off and I think that's a little bit like playing into like your personality thing. He actually got like a little snuggle bug because he's actually like a good guy, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, 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 yeah. I like the fact that, the final test at the end was them shooting the dog and he couldn't bring himself to do it. So I'm just like, oh my God, are they really asking them to shoot the dog? But we found out that there was
yeah, like
nothing.
why
It was
would you
like a
do that,
blank.
you know?
It was a blank. He didn't pass the test because he wouldn't shoot the dog. But the other girl shot.
Because you need to listen to your yeah, instructions. But here's the thing. This test this test is going into like the route of like, look, if you and I, we're a team like of spies together, right? And my boss tells me, no, you gotta shoot him. Like, I know things. He's betrayed you. You gotta
Hmm.
shoot him. Like, you need to just listen. There's no time for explaining, right?
Hmm.
But this is a dog, though. Like, the dog did not wrong him. He didn't have the time to do anything. You know what I mean?
I
To
felt for the dog.
deserve.
Yeah, I felt for the dog because he's standing there with the gun and the dog is just looking at him like, "Are you really gonna shoot me? Like, what
Yeah.
did I do?"
It wasn't
I
gonna
felt for the dog.
happen. Like I just get it. Like he was too nice. He was too nice of a guy.
Yeah, I would.
He
Would you
didn't
have
grow
done it?
cold-blooded,
Would you have done
which
it
you need to be as
if
a
they gave you
scientist.
that test? No, I wouldn't have done it. I
I
would
I
have
don't think
failed.
I could shoot a gun, period, but that's a
I
whole different story.
No, I mean if the dog is coming to attack me, yeah, if I have a gun, I'll shoot the thing.
You're
Yeah,
defending yourself, but
but
yeah.
my pet dog, that the dog, especially a dog that's not really violent like that, I'm like, no, I'm not shooting it. Like it's innocent.
Yeah.
Like, look at the little puppy looking at
No, I'm
me.
I'm too much of a Disney princess. I love all animals. I once almost let a raccoon into the house because I forgot that there's such a thing as rabies. And I'm just like, it looked hungry and it was just stood by the window like this and was pouring outside. Just like,
You let it in the
people.
house?
Yeah, no, I didn't because I've been told not to, but people still tell me I'm fucking insane. And for
Mm,
me, it's just like every animal is just cute.
nah, not every animal's cute. Nah, nah. But yeah, let's get back to my favorite scene. Before the train, the skydiving, that was the
Yeah.
way he tricked them. That was so the way that was shot. He told them like, okay, everybody's got their parachute, so jump, and then you got to land at the spot. But then he tells them like, okay, one of you doesn't have a chute, and now you're like, wait a minute, who doesn't have the chute?
One of them isn't working. Yeah, one of them
Yeah, one
won't
of them
open.
wouldn't open and stuff like that. So now you got to figure out how you're gonna all land safely. Everybody else is like, well, I'm looking out for myself because they pull their chutes.
Exactly. And again, it just showed character. And I think the whole test also again showed can you do teamwork
and
correctly?
and then so I figured I thought it was going to be the girl that didn't have her shoe, but then when she pulled hers, I was like, okay, it's his does he doesn't have the shoe. But
Yeah,
apparently
he feels picked on already.
when they landed, Mark Strong's character Merlin pulls his shoe like, oh, you have to shoot all the time. If you had just taken the
Tried
time
it. Yeah.
to try, you didn't try. You just assumed that because I said there was somebody's shoot wasn't working that
Hmm.
that it could have been one of you that was true, but that was brilliant. I like that was my favorite scene. I like that skydiving scene. It was so brilliant.
Hmm.
It worked well, and I like the scene, but the train
And it
scene.
is, it keeps you on your toes. Like the whole movie, I was not bored for a second. Like the
Oh no,
whole time
no, no.
something interesting is happening and you're like on your toes. Like when we were talking about when you brought up something a couple of episodes ago about how when you're giving someone a script, the first 5 minutes are like essential.
Hmm.
Like the first 5 minutes, and in this movie too, like the first, okay, we have the failed mission. That was like pre-credits, but then we
Hmm.
have that scene where he steals the car
Oh
and he's
yeah,
escaping
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
police
yeah. So
with
yeah,
the like that was
you're right
badass, but it was so
because
interesting. Like you couldn't look away with this movie.
this film did not, and that's saying something for like a movie of this genre because it's comedy, but it was full of it was moving fast and there was a lot going on.
Hmm.
There was a lot going on. So it wasn't
Hmm.
boring. There was nothing boring. And the performance by everyone, it was so unique because Samuel Jackson brought something that you've never seen him do before. The hat, the way
Yes.
he was like a kid in an adult's body. And the way he played it just
Yes.
so
Amazing.
brilliant. Colin Firth being immaculate. And all that. Then you
Amazing.
got, this girl right here, with the obviously, I mean, her legs are a weapon. Like,
Hmm.
like and then Taron Egerton just he was in that movie on Netflix called Carry On. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
That's him. That's him.
And that was also a movie that was like really exciting. Like I was not bored. It was very cool. But
Yeah, that was a good one. That
he,
was a good
you
one.
know
Yeah,
what?
we
That was
probably
like
need to
one
talk
of his
about that.
first films. I think Kingsman was one of his first films.
I think it
And
is. I think it
but
is.
and they tried to do this thing where they made him really, really relatable. He's this young kid that's not giving a shit, you know? But deep down, he has so much potential. He's just never had a father figure.
Yeah.
His mom sort of stopped really giving a shit
Yeah,
too.
she got
So
like an abusive
he just didn't had
second
have
husband.
anyone to guide him. But
Yeah.
it was, yes, his character was amazing, and I'm actually I'm very excited because this role was like it opened up a lot of things for him. He did a lot of other things. He played Elton John, I think, and like a, is that right?
Really? He did? I didn't know that. I have to check
Yeah.
that out. He
He's a
played
very
Elton
good
John?
singer. He's apparently a very good singer too, which came out later. But
Can you
no,
sing?
very cool for him.
You can sing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. We did ask you to sing in that in Killer Sinners and Spies, didn't we?
Yes, I'm singing to the baby. I mean, I'm not actually singing because you
You
told me
just
10 minutes before I shot the scene to
yeah,
come
yeah. I
up with
told
a
you that,
song
yeah.
in Russian.
No, I thought did I tell you? Well, okay, we just came up with that. We just came up with that for that scene.
Yeah,
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah,
yeah,
I like one other thing I really like about it, this is something I always notice whenever they shoot movies in England, the the aesthetics of England. Like, it's so clean. It just seems like a clean country. Like, the you can
yeah.
see the things that remind you of when they were an empire and stuff like the
Yeah,
pictures.
the architecture in general, I have to say, I'm always very yes, I like that about European movies in general, that like the architecture it takes you back a little bit. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
the
so
big
that's
city, like
that's
it's
one thing I
tighter,
liked about this
everything's
movie.
smaller and tighter, yeah.
Yeah, I really like the movie. Oh no, I actually have a third favorite scene. Ooh.
Ooh, it's getting juicy.
Yeah, you probably know what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know?
I don't know. You tell
Re-
me.
Remember
I
at the
have at
end?
least two more favorite scenes, so.
Oh, well, let me hear your two favorite scenes. Let me hear your two favorite scenes because mine is at the end.
Well, that's fine. Go ahead. We're at the end, right? Now that
I
we're
think
talking,
I don't know.
are
I
they
don't know. I
gonna?
don't know where we are. We're going back and forth. We're going there all
No,
over the
yeah,
place.
yeah.
All right, so my
So we
favorite
went to the
scene.
church.
Yeah, the church is where they do the test run for like the chip, and then obviously, Colin Firth's character is killed.
Goes. Well, hold on, because that's the crazy thing. Like, it's such a shocker, in my opinion, because he basically goes into this church to see what the hell is this test run about.
Hmm.
They run the test, which turns everyone insane,
And yeah,
turns everyone completely evil and insane, and
it looks
fills them
like
with
a
rage.
zombie apocalypse type of
And
thing.
so, this amazingly mellow, confident in politeness, Colin turns around and insults some lady at the church, right? And you're watching it and you're like, what just happened? Like
Yeah.
he just started cussing at her, and then she cusses back at him and he just shoots her in the face. He just shoots her in the face, and then the rage starts. Everybody is killing everybody. It feels like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
He walks out alive.
Yeah,
He
everybody's dead.
walks
He
out
killed
of the church
everybody's
alive.
dead. Everybody's dead in that church.
The
They,
most badass combat thing I've ever seen. He's taken everyone and their grandmother down in that church.
so are we saying like he was affected by the chip too?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because at first I thought he
Everyone who
was
was in
there.
there.
I thought he was there to just stop the whole thing. Like, okay, let me just kill these
Well, he
people.
was going to, but he didn't know what was going to happen because he didn't have all the information yet. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but the point is, they released whatever this stuff is into that church. It
Hmm.
wasn't on SIM cards yet. The chip in your ear that the rich people have keeps you protected from it. And
Hmm.
he didn't have a chip, so he got affected too. Killed literally everyone at the church, walks out
And
dead.
Samuel's waiting for him, and takes him out. Like, and now
That was a
Taron has got.
shocker. Like that was one of the
That
things
was
where I
a
was like,
shock. I,
I
I
can't
was shocked.
believe this.
Shocked that they did that. I was shocked that they killed him. And but then I figured that okay, now then he's gonna have to take up
Well, he
the
could have
man.
died in the combat. Like you, this whole time he's taken down so many people. He walks out and then just like,
He's he's got too much. He's got a lot of skills to just die there, man. Come on. That was it sometimes it because remember now he was supposed to die in the beginning when the other guy sacrificed himself.
yeah,
Yeah, so he was supposed to, I think it was meant for him to die. So it's unfortunate that he dies so simply after just going through that zombie-like fight and stuff like that, and then he
right.
comes out of the church, and then Samuel just puts a bullet in his head or something like kills him.
But this is how, I guess this is how Eggsy gets back into the
Oh, he
Kingsman,
had
right?
failed. He
Because
had failed the dog test. The dog test
right, he
fails him,
didn't
and then
shoot his
he's out.
dog, so he fails. And
Hmm.
he fails his test, even though he made the most important integrity test where he was like, "Okay, tell me your secret or tell me about the Kingsman or you'll be run over by a train."
Train, yeah, and he doesn't. Yeah,
He
but the
doesn't give
rich
that
kid,
away.
the
The
rich,
arrogant rich kid will, of
yeah,
course.
he's like, and he's like, bro, you
Yeah.
just failed, bro. You just feel like, well, whatever. I'm gonna call my father.
Yeah.
So
Trust fund kid.
yeah.
Freaking
So
trust
now
fund
they
kid.
find now that he's back and he's now Galahad. You know what I'm saying? He takes up the
He
Galahad
takes over Colin Firth's character,
Colin Firth's
basically.
nickname. So
Hmm.
the other girl, they've sent her to space. She's got to shoot down the satellite. She's got to blow up the satellite that's controlling all the chips. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's also forget that Barack Obama's character in there has a chip in his neck too.
Oh yeah, he did, of
So
course.
he's got a lot of world leaders. He kidnaps the Swedish princess because she doesn't want to go along with all this and stuff like that.
She
But
doesn't want to do this shit. Yes, she
yeah,
doesn't want to do
but the
this
prime
shit. So
minister
they
of
lock her
Sweden,
up
yeah,
because she was important. So they lock her up
and they lock up a
somewhere.
lot of other important people that didn't really want to. He
They
just wants
didn't
to
like
get
the
all the
idea.
important people out of the way, and then the regular people, you know,
Mhm.
you guys can kill each other to death, and
So
then the world
yes, but essentially what he thinks he's doing is he's cleaning up Earth.
cleaning up. Exactly. So it plays into a lot of those conspiracy theories of real life, like, oh, whatever, COVID and all that kind of stuff. It all plays into it.
Yeah,
So
that we're
if you
being
watch it,
controlled and all this stuff.
you'll get the
So
conspiracy behind it. Be like, oh, okay,
yeah.
this is what they're trying to play at and stuff like that. So Mark Strong and Taron have got to go into his dungeon or whatever, his headquarters, to try to stop him from pressing that button and activating
Activating the SIM cards.
the SIM cards and stuff like that.
So he goes live, of course, goes on stage, says, "Hey, I have so many $1 million. I've decided the whole world deserves free internet or whatever on their phones." So he gives out those SIM cards, and of course, everybody's lining up to get the SIM card for free because who doesn't want it?
Free SIM cards,
Um,
and then
but
they
then Taron already knows, like at some point when he already knows what's gonna happen with these SIM cards, he calls his mom and tells her to lock the
lock the
baby
baby in the. and put
in the bathroom
and
and
then
put the
put the
key.
key under the so that you don't get it. And she's like, okay, whatever. And
Yeah.
then as soon as the thing activates, the mom goes crazy and she wants
She
to like get to the baby
goes
and kill the
rage
baby.
mode and tries to kill the baby. Exactly. So,
It was crazy. And that was crazy. That was scary. I was like, oh, this
but
guy
again,
wants
it
it.
shows like Taron's a character literally, oh shit, sorry. Literally all he thinks about is all he thinks about is others, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And
Again, he doesn't think about himself. He thinks about his baby sister, his mother. Like
yeah.
and that's why he makes such a good spy. That's why he should have,
Yeah. And I think
gotten.
he thought quickly on his feet. He's like, listen, mom, don't, whatever you do with the phone, just make sure you put the baby in in the bathroom, lock the door, and put the key under
Yeah.
under the door so that and she's wondering what's going on. And she like just do that, because he's
Because
thinking,
yeah,
yeah,
because I think the signal is also strong enough. Just think about how SIM cards and how Wi-Fi and all that stuff works. The signal is strong enough. Not everybody has to have the card. If someone in
hmm
your house has the card, it's gonna affect you too, you
oh,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they get into the dungeon. He gets into the dungeon and he fights his way. Oh, the fight between him and Giselle. Woo! That was magnificent.
Well, yeah, because she sliced up about as anyone. Like
I
she's
mean, when
literally
she's on the floor and then she's like twirling with the legs and stuff like that, like that was amazing.
that is actually something that I want to see the making of.
I want to see the making just because of her. I want to see
Right?
how
Exactly.
they filmed it because I can't. I'm just like, how did they do this thing? This
Yeah.
was so brilliant. She had to. I think she probably what she well. I'm sure some of them like Taron had, and a lot of them had to do like a lot of like training and stuff like that. I think she probably did the most because
Yeah.
the athleticism that's
Interesting too how
needed
much
for
of it she actually did, right?
yeah.
Because
I
I bet they have stand-ins sometimes for that too, like stunts and
I
stunt
would no, I
people.
would want to it. Well, the stunts didn't really look too dangerous. I would want to do that. I would say
Right.
like this is not dangerous, so I probably want to do it. Let's see,
Yeah, if it
let's
comes to fight training, for sure. I'm like,
yeah,
write me down. Like I'm
yeah.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I
But
want to learn
anyway,
all that.
um, they try. They here's the funny thing. They actually blew up his satellite, but then he calls another billionaire and tells him like, "Yo, can I
Yes.
borrow yours?
Can I
Can I
borrow
connect?
your satellite so
Can I
that I
borrow
can
your
start my
satellite so
thing?
I can connect?" I'm like, what a billionaire
So
problem.
he has all these rich people who are celebrating this with him over for what feels like it's like a New Year's Eve party kind of thing.
It felt like that, like a countdown, like there was going to be a countdown, like kind of like you're watching
Exactly.
CNN countdown for New Year's and stuff like it felt like that.
Yes. And then why? So they're talking about it at some point that Samuel Jackson's character is absolutely terrified to see blood. And so they've decided to make the implants look a very festive way. So if the implant explodes, it just goes fireworks.
Yeah, that was crazy too. That was so crazy. I don't know. The whole thing was just so brilliant. But I'm just dying to get to my third favorite part of this film.
Go. Go.
But it's Joe Taron has saved the whole day, and Mark Strong is watching the. So the princess tells him like, "If you save the day, come back to my dungeon." And then he saved the whole
You
day.
like this?
He's killed Giselle. He's killed Samuel Jackson's character. He's saved the day. The microchips are null and void. They're obsolete now. Gets some bottle of wine, goes to the dungeon. The princess is sitting there, a little half naked. And then Mark is looking at Mark Strong's character is watching this from the plane, and he sees the princess turn over and her ass is out. I said, "What?" So I had to run
Yes.
that back a couple of times, like, what? And he was like, oh. And he just
He's like,
closed the
I'm
thing,
gonna
like,
give them some
let me
privacy.
give this some privacy. I was like, the princess. I had to look for that actress. I'm like, who's this actress? I had to look. She's
Was
she's actually from Sweden. She's a Swedish actress.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's married. Have you ever seen the Vikings from History Channel?
Yes, partially, yes.
Yeah, so there's a character there, Floki or something like that. The
Mm-hmm.
actor, that's who she's married to. The guy who plays Floki, kind of like the weird guy, like very yeah, some that character. So she's married to the guy. But yeah, she
But she
she's
puts her ass on the internet, though.
she put that thing on screen. I was like,
No, that
whoa.
was funny on so many levels that they would end it this way. That dude just gets lucky because everyone's just like the same anyway, right?
Hey, I saved the whole world. I should get lucky. Like,
For
should get
real.
should get
Um,
get something.
so
Gee.
in the meantime, of course, we can't forget Lancelot made it down too. She's okay.
Yeah, she survived and stuff
Because the
like that.
next film, the second one, actually starts with Lancelot and him having a really good friendship. So they're on the phone, chatting, and all that stuff. And
I
he is
don't
okay.
spoil it. We still gotta wait. We gotta wait. We gotta wait to get to that. We gotta wait to get to that. We gotta
Go
wait.
ahead.
All right. No, no, no. That happens at the end of this film, or is the
No,
next
that
one?
happens in the next film.
No, yeah, let's not talk about the next one. No, no,
All
no.
right.
Let's just finish this one. So we're
All
done.
right.
So
No,
yeah,
the
this
end of
is
the
it.
film is the
The ass shot.
him getting lucky. Yes.
Again, like, that was guys, if you're watching, it looks good. It was beautiful ass.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Perfect
If you
looking.
didn't like
Perfect.
the movie, there was
Yeah,
really
perfect
good ass
looking.
in it.
Perfect looking. Yeah, movie ass. Movie ass. Anyway, what would you give this movie out of a 10?
Oh, it's at least a 9 for me. I love that film.
Okay.
It's been over 10 years that I've seen it so many times.
You would give it a 9? Are you sure, Marty? A 9?
It's one of
I
my
would
favorite films.
I
Like
would
I
give it
have the Blu-ray.
I think I would give it okay, let me put it this way. Our origin's gonna give it a 6, you know. But now that I'm thinking about it, I really enjoyed it. It was not disappointing to me at all, considering the fact that when I saw the trailer when it came out, I was like, I'm not watching this one. Even though Samuel Jackson was there, it just seemed too corny and stuff like that. I'll give it a 7.
I think it's also to me, I don't know why I relate better to a European film. Like it
Well,
could just be my origin.
no, no, no. I get, my everyone who knows me knows that when it comes to like maybe not movies, but like series, I'm down with British series. I think they make
Yeah.
the best. If you watch it on Netflix, they make the best series ever. Like all of their British series are just the best. Downton Abbey, Black Doves. I mean, they just make the best series. Now, maybe films to me, maybe the Americans make the best films and stuff, but when it comes to TV series, the British hands down, British, and then like the Nordic countries, like
Hmm.
like Sweden, Denmark, and stuff like that.
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia, they make a lot of like really like cop thrillers and stuff like that. Very good.
Well, Scandinavia does have one thing for them that I've always noticed is they're all a lot deeper and darker. It's like a lot of it is like, the girl with the dragon tattoo is from there.
It's
Like
cold
the
up there.
original one. The
Yeah, it's
original.
cold. Yeah, yeah, it's cold up there.
It's
So
also dark. Like
exactly,
there's a
it
lot of
probably
the parts.
yeah because they don't have any sun up there, so it probably goes dark very very early. So
But it's
I'm
even
sure.
with music. Like I respond to Scandinavian music very well, but it is so the melancholy level is something we've never experienced down here. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I just when it comes to like TV series, I just like them coming from the Nordic countries and from Great Britain. They just make the best TV series. It's just good. But this was good. This was really good. It was like I said, it's a spoof on Bond. There's a little bit of a play with the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. There's a lot of like subject matter that you can kind of like relate to like what's going on today with regards to like the billionaire who's using technology and the rich people using technology to control us and stuff like that. The fact that
Mhm.
we need technology and it's being
That
used
was
to
definitely a way to criticize the society right now.
exactly. And then,
Even 10 years ago already.
exactly. Then you, but it also plays in today's world too. It kind of
Mhm.
plays in today. Then I know you. I like the fact that you mentioned that there was a way that them spoofing the Americans with the like. You got this you know this aristocratic aesthetic that they're living that they're in, but then they serve them hamburgers like like really
Because that's
you
like a
know
common
it,
joke in Europe is like that you go like to Paris and normally in Paris you'd buy a baguette or a croissant and then all the Americans are at McDonald's. Like all the American tourists are at
yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm like, why the hell will I go to McDonald's if I'm in Paris? Like, no, I'm going to eat Parisian food, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But maybe it's an
Right.
American thing. I don't know. But yeah, and then the cast was just so brilliant. Samuel Jackson, Colin
That's
Firth,
phenomenal.
Michael Caine. I mean, it was a phenomenal cast. Mark
Yeah.
Hamill, wasn't there for long, but you recognize like, oh my God, that's Luke Skywalker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was
So pretty. So
awesome.
I would give it a six, but because of the fact that I didn't like the trailer at first, it was surprising to me. So I'll give it a seven. I'll give it a kind
It
of like
positively surprised
a
you.
week, yeah, a week seven out of 10. So it was good. I can't wait to see the second one. But for our next episode, we got to. Do you have Apple TV?
I think I do. I think I
Yeah,
do. I have to double check.
you got to watch The Gorge.
Sounds like I'm not gonna like it. I don't know
You're
why
you're
the
you're
name
gonna
of it just.
you're gonna love it. Trust me. It's action. It's an action film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
It
not
sounds like
horror.
horror. I was gonna say,
No, no, no,
are
no,
you
no, no, no,
sure?
no, no, no. It's this guy. You've seen the new Top Gun?
I don't think I have.
Okay, what other movie was he in that you might have seen? Did you see
You know what you're
Jesus,
talking about?
what? Hold on, let me get the guy's name. Well, you seen Queen's Gambit, right?
No, no, it's still on my wait list.
Oh my God. Come on, Marty. Hold on, let me
Hey,
see.
I have kids.
Gorge.
I have small babies.
I know, I know, I know. I
There's
just
a lot
realized
of
that.
evenings where I'm planning on watching something and then I end up falling asleep on the couch.
Miles, so the guy's name is Miles Teller,
Okay.
and then the girl's name is Ann Taylor-Joy.
Oh, Taylor. Yeah, okay. Her
Yeah,
I know.
Anya Taylor-Joy, my bad. And then Sigourney Weaver is in it too. So
Oh, I like her. Okay.
yeah, so that's gonna be the next film we're gonna talk about.
I don't think I recognize him. Do I?
You don't recognize I'm like getting a
I'm
little
trying to
popular.
see. Hold on. What? Miles Teller. Have
You
I not seen
trust
anything with him in
trust me,
Fantastic Four?
was he in Fantastic Four? Let me see. I don't know.
Apparently, Reed Richards. I'm
Let me
trying to
see.
see
I
what
know
else.
I know him from the
Spiderhead. I haven't seen that, but that's on my list too, I think.
I've seen him from Whiplash. I just know him from
He
Top
was one
Gun.
of. It's just saying he was in one of Taylor Swift's music videos. But
He's in a
no,
very he,
even then, I have no idea. I've never seen him in anything, I don't think. That's
wait a
okay.
minute.
I'll see him in the gorge.
Yeah, The Gorge is pretty good. I'm gonna have to watch that again. That probably is the best film I apart from Back in Action. This is probably the best film I've seen so far this year. The Gorge. It was pretty good with him and Anya Taylor. It was pretty good, pretty good. So you got to watch it. That's going to be the next one we're talking about. So guys, let me
Okay.
know what you think about. Let us know what you think about our analysis of this film. Leave comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the link. And help us grow the channel. We're just starting out. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. So we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better. And also, yeah, I think anything else you want to say?
No, I think you've covered it. Send
Cover.
suggestions of what we could be watching next and what you want us to talk about. Let us know what you
Yeah,
want.
if you guys have any ideas of
You can
movies,
even submit your own films.
yeah, you can submit your own film if you're an independent filmmaker. We'll talk about that too. We'll talk about that. But also remember we talked about like starting next month, we're gonna be, basing all our films on like the themes of the month. So next month
Oh,
is
that's
like,
right. Yes,
yeah,
yes. So
next
March
month
is
is
going to be
International Women's Month.
the month of the woman. Yes.
Yeah, the women. So we're gonna be
Lots of strong females that we got to go seek out.
yeah. So it's gonna be women like in lead roles or movies that are about women that are about a woman or about women. So women in a lead
Or
role
directed
or
by women very
nah,
specifically.
because I don't think we should do that one.
No.
Nah, let's not do that one with that directed by women
So
because
far, we haven't talked about a movie that's been directed by women, and I think even Fall Guy has sort of showed us that it's not very, like, it doesn't happen that much, it
that's not a
seems.
lot. Okay, maybe we can do that. Maybe we
So
can do
maybe
that.
we can just see if we can seek out something.
Okay. All right, guys. That's it. We'll see you guys next time for when we talk about the gorge. And we're out.
See you next
Peace.
week.